Giombo Asian Persimmon update. So last video we have flowers and small fruits. So let's take a look at what the persimmon tree left, because they dropped their fruit. We got like tons of rain, and usually persimmons, they don't like that when the fruit is at this stage and they drop them. So this was crazy loaded last year. It had plenty of flowers and small fruits a month ago, and looks like it's done dropping them, because I don't see any more on the ground right there. And it looks like the fruit load is about probably half of last year. So typical of persimmons, sometimes they take a year off and then they get productive again the following year. So we still got plenty though. So there's, I don't know how many, but just kind of estimate it's probably around 30 of them. Last year there were like 60 to 70. So there's still quite a few. I would say if I count, so each branch right here probably have 1, 2, like 3, and there's about 10 branches that are kind of sticking out. Probably, let's say 25 to 30. Most of the ones that are dropped are the lower branches, but there's still some, as you can see right there. There's some at the top, and the weird protrusion is on some of the fruit. So there's 3 of them in this area. This is the front orchard or food forest, whatever you want to call it. Let me just make sure none of these drip irrigation would pop. So that's the size compared to my hand right here. So it looks like it's done dropping. So I would say there's a weird double horned version. It's like done dropping. So yeah, just rough estimate, 25 to 30 still left. So that's still plenty on this one. A lot of the bottom ones got dropped, which is fine, because I usually knock those off when I'm mowing. So I will probably also prune come winter or fall some of the lower limb for easy access with a mower also. Hopefully that will encourage growth more on the upper part right here. I don't mind this being high up. The deer, they still as close to the property here. I mean, this is the front of the property, and they still invade here. So the higher it's better, it's fine. I can get a ladder and collect these. And I plan to harvest these while they're still hard. I'm gonna dry them instead of the usual we let them get tomato overripe mode and you eat them like jellos, which is not bad. Maybe I'll leave some. I'm not gonna dry all of them. So I'll probably leave the more kind of protected ones, because deer don't get them, the birds do. Wintertime they forage on this. All right, let's take a look at the second tree right here. So roughly the same size as fruit. This one is always the least productive. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say 15 to 20 on these, because there's still some here at the bottom. All right, so let's take a look here. This one dropped quite a few also. They all do. I mean, that's the thing with persimmons, especially when they're young. They break your heart. You think you're able to sample some of it, and then they just nope. All right, this thing's the Giombos. They get that big. I mean, that big. Especially, they have a lot less fruit this year, so they'll even be bigger than last year. Okay, so this is the second one, and this is the third one right here. How many fruits? There's like 3 at the top. That's probably not a good idea because they get so big they're gonna break that thing. So I'm gonna have to decide early on what to do with those, get rid of them or just kind of leave them alone. Here probably I would say 25. So they're on their off years this year. This one is gonna get from that one to that. Massive, super heavy. All these branches will be drooping. This is not a good sign right here. There's like so many of them in one spot. There's like 5 right there. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, easy 25 or more. All right. All right, there's 2 right here, and like I said, there's like 3 at the top. I was hoping it dropped the bottom one, so it looks like there's some over there. Some more right here, so, and they're just all kind of growing at the same size. All 3 Giombo. So very interesting to see how the fruit size will get even bigger with a smaller load this year. There's some right there. There's some over there. Yeah, probably 25 or more, maybe up to 30. Yeah, there's 1 more right there, or 2 more. Okay, so not bad. Also, like I mentioned, I'm gonna try and dry most of these things, probably 80% of them. I'm gonna dry them in the guest house right there. Hang them, peel them, hang them, and then you harvest them. Well, I gotta watch the videos again. I want to make sure I'm not I'm still with valid information. You get them when they're still very hard and super astringent. You peel them, you soak them in water, then you dry hang them, and the sugar should come out and crystallize, and they're probably one of the more expensive dried fruit persimmons. If you go to the Asian market and buy them during winter time when they're available as dried fruit, they're quite expensive for the amount that you get in a box.